Gamification is the use of game elements and game techniques in non-game contexts. It is a new and vastly growing trend and is being adopted by very large universities and corporations. Video games are becoming the foundation for doing things at and around the workplace. Contrary to what some may think, gamification does not have to involve a complete submersion into a virtual world. It is actually quite simple to utilize gamification techniques into an online course. Some learning management systems, such as D2L, even include special game elements embedded in their system. Game elements include components such as points, levels, rewards, badges, avatars, leaderboards, or progression. I'll talk more about these game elements later on. It's also important that the instructional designer or e-learning instructor understand game design techniques such as aesthetics and artistic approaches. The designer must learn how to think like a game designer. This takes time and strategic thought. You must also be able to apply non-game context. For example, what are the learning objectives? Remember that the objectives need to be something other than succeeding in the game. The learner needs to have a purpose for participating other than simply to play the game. The first thing I'm going to talk about is why use gamification. Why might using gamification in your online courses be valuable? It's important to keep in mind that it is not always appropriate to use, but when used effectively can be an extremely powerful technique. Games have been around throughout all of human history. They link to very basic aspects of how our minds work. It can teach us about psychology, design, strategy, and technology. It's a significant emerging education and business practice. There are both internal and external motivators as to why gamification is so engaging. External motivators include things like high grades or sales increases. An internal motivator would be providing the learner with a sense of community within the course or organization. Gamification is also a great technique that can help change behavior habits. An example of this is an interesting study that was conducted by Volkswagen, where they implement gamification into trying to get people to obey the speed limit. Let's take a second to see this study in action.
Hi, I'm Kevin Richardson. I'm the winner of Volkswagen's Fun Theory Award. My idea was the speed camera lottery. Could we get people to obey the speed limit through fun? I really believe that fun can change human behavior for the better, and I was really thrilled to see that my idea, which started as a scribble submitted into this competition, might even become reality. The speed camera lottery would do two things. One, it would photograph speeders, give them a citation, and that money goes in a pot. But if you're obeying the law, your picture will also get snapped. You'll be entered into a lottery and win some of that money from those speeders.
Jag kör alltid lagligt, men tveksamt att man vinner.
Det är ju bra positiva grejer det där. Kör lagligt och tjäna deg, det är perfekt.
As you can see, the use of gamification can be very powerful in a variety of different contexts. Now let's talk some more about why it's especially beneficial for e-learning. Gamification is very useful for online courses where there is a need for students to be more engaged. In addition, it helps provide learners with the ability to make choices. According to adult learning theories, choice making is definitely something that the designer needs to strive for, especially in the online learning environment. One easy way to implement this with gamification is through the use of badges. Another reason why you should include gamification in your online course is because of the natural progressive arrangement that is often utilized. The use of levels often encourages people to keep an active participation, which is a great way to encourage engagement in e-learning. In addition, socialization is also very powerfully tied to games. This is because people love to compete and see what and how others are doing. Lastly, gamification in e-learning encourages people to keep returning to the course. Building this type of habit can be super beneficial.